Investigators in Spain have been at the forefront of the fight against Russian organised crime, with the country saying it's been heavily used to launder money and warning fellow NATO members for years of the dangers posed by what they call state-sanctioned syndicates, an issue that's become more acute since the conflict in Ukraine. Svetlana, why is Spain in particular fronting this?
Spain has been a place where Russian organized crime has been particularly prominent and for a long time, since the 1990s. Spanish law enforcement has been investigating the presence of mafia organizations that have had direct links with the Russian government.
How do these state-sanctioned syndicates work exactly?
It's a bit of an exaggeration, because we can't say that the syndicates are really a kind of a part of the state. People who lead this syndicate have long-lasting personal and business connections with representatives of the Russian state, which are corrupt and which have been colluding with criminals.
Now, for example, Gazprom's name has been bandied around when it comes to this. So how does it fit into all of this?
Russian companies exist in a kind of grey zone when it comes to their financial affairs, when it comes to taxation and so on. And in my research, for example, which took place in the Russian Republic of Tatarstan, there was evidence, for example, that one criminal gang leader worked for a period of time in Gazprom, organizing all kinds of illegal financial schemes. So organized criminals can be used by state corporations because of their expertise in money laundering or in customs evasion and so on.
Now, a lawyer for the widow of dissident Russian agent Alexander Litvinenko, who died of radioactive poisoning in London in 2006, in January accused senior officials in Moscow of ordering Litvinenko's death, in part to prevent him from helping Spain root out Russian criminal networks. What do you make of this?
Because he was a former FSB operative, he had access to data which showed that there was collaboration between people associated with the Russian state and mafia structures. Whether indeed this is the case or not, whether this is the cause of his death, is hard to say. He tried to make his living in the West, and he was involved in production of various reports, which so far has been unproven whether he had good evidence to support his allegations. But the fact that there is this connection between various people associated with the Russian government and organized crime is indisputable.
So overall, how important is Spain to Russia's dark economy?
Spain is a place where a lot of money is made through money laundering, through drug trafficking. I mean, Russian mafia is not the only mafia which operates in Spain.
And how is Russia's government responding to Spain's crackdown?
The Russian government is not responding much. There has been very little information in the Russian press, in the Russian media about this situation. There was practically no reports apart from oppositional newspapers about the trial which involved representatives of Russian mafia in Spain. So the Russian government pretends that the problem doesn't exist.